In today's eMoney tip of the week, I'm going to talk to you about how to change the type in a data feed. So here's the situation. You have clients been really diligent about loading all their accounts in their client eMoney portal. But as we know, and I've talked about this in my last two previous eMoney tip of the weeks, that client data feed typically comes in as a taxable investment. So the client putting their 401k in, maybe they're putting an IRA in, maybe it's a Roth, and all of a sudden it says taxable investment. And it also typically comes in under the client, not as a spouse. So we always want to go in and we want to clean up that data, right? We don't want to change or add beneficiaries. We might want to take unclassified assets and clean it up. But we also need to clean up the type it is. So again, if it's a 401k and it says it's a taxable investment, that's going to be huge going forward because it's going to change all the assumptions around. So we're going to go into our sample client here, John and Evelyn Dutton, and we're going to come under the net worth tab here. And again, I like to be in base facts. There's multiple ways you can go at these. There's a lot of different ways. I'll get comments all the time. Well, Greg, hey, there's another way to go about it. Absolutely. And by the way, please give me those comments because sometimes I don't know the other way of going around it. And it might be better than what I've found out on my own. But I always want to go to base facts so I can always speak that language. I talk about it ad nauseum. It's my other eMoney tips of the week. So you can go back and find out why I do that. But what I want to throw you here, so we're going to go to Evelyn's IRA. Now this one is not coming up as a taxable account. It's actually classified right, but it's a connected account. So I want to show you how we would change this. So we're going to go under advanced. Again, you can be under advanced to begin with and go under here. I like to go under base facts. You're going to see over here view connection. This will allow you to go see the connection. I talked about my previous two eMoney tip of the weeks. You can unlink fact. Again, I talked about this in my other two previous eMoney tip of the weeks. But let's go here to change type. This is extremely important. So we're going to click here, change type, and you can see it's an IRA. But let's just say in this instance, this was classified wrong, and let's just say it was actually a Roth IRA. Let's say it was a 401k. So we're going to go down here to Roth IRA in this case, and we're going to change type. And now when we hit change type, it kept the owner the same, it kept the primary beneficiary, the holding stayed the same, the connection most importantly stayed the same, right? Everything else is going to stay the same, but now that's going to change the taxable nature to this. Now obviously when I talked about this, most of the time when we see this, it's a 401k that the client's attaching, and it's coming in from the data feed as a taxable account. When you make that switch, you're going to have to update the beneficiaries because the taxable account doesn't have any beneficiaries. There is a way to put a TOD account by using a will. I have another eMoney tip of the week, but you got to make sure you're paying attention to that. So that's a quick way you can always change the type. By the way, this doesn't just work for connected clients. You can also do this if stuff that you put in manually to go ahead and change it this way, but that's where we typically see this as a client has connected their accounts. It's a 401k. You have the information in here correctly, but it's just shown as the taxable account. So we just want to go ahead and take that data of that client, take that data feed, and we want to build around that with the information they provide us, typically through a statement, and if it's a 401k through the summary plan document they provide in the vault. We hope this tip helped educate and empower you to do more plans for your clients so that you can impact more lives through financial planning. If you have some great tips we don't know about, we'd love to hear about them. If you have a better way of doing what we just showed you, we'd love to hear about that because we are a noble profession and together we can elevate the profession.